We are live. We got comments rolling. For those of you just checking in, it's good to see everybody. We have some special guests in the house tonight for Fired Up Friday. And it is Lee and Tiffany Lakosky, two of my favorite people in the entire world. For those of you that don't know who Lee and Tiffany are, they're professional hunters, but not just that. They live their lives around hunting. They're just incredible people to know. And when it comes to raising and killing whitetails, these are the folks to talk to. Dude, I'm so glad to see y'all. It's been a long time, man.
I know it. You know, because we missed the off season because you're having a baby last year. And how's she doing, by the way?
Great. Oh, she's amazing, man. Amazing. She's gonna be my mean one, I think.
Oh, 1,000%.
Yeah. Remember we were talking about that? I mean, you told me that you guys were pregnant again. I was like, you know, it's cool to have two boys. If I'm telling you, having a boy and a girl, that girl is just gonna melt your heart. And it's like, I guarantee you're seeing it now.
Oh man, it's absolutely incredible, man. I tell you what, with these kids, and y'all know, I was able to be, you know, we were close when you started bringing them into the world, and man, I've never seen God like that. You know what I mean? It's just
exactly. No, exactly what you're saying.
Yeah, it's just amazing, man. And y'all could check out Lee and Tiffany on their socials. They have a show called The Crush, that is just absolutely amazing. And you know, we messed around and done some hunts. I've been blessed enough to come up to Iowa and hunt whitetails with them, which for those of you who don't know, Iowa deer hunting, you can't trump that. That is just the place to go. And been able to go elk hunting in Colorado with you guys. I was able to teach Lee some things with a bow.
Yeah, I was just going to say, it's like, I need you to get back out here because I need some more lessons from you.
I could teach you how to miss or how to not knock an arrow correctly when a 370 is out in front of you.
Right. Well, hey, you can't start from the top. You know, you gotta take it in a little slower. But you know, what was yours? Almost a 360. I think you did pretty good.
Yeah, we ended up all right. You know.
Right. That was like one of my favorite trips too. And like this year, I think Tiffany's gonna be able to go, so that'll be awesome. Hopefully, you know, with all the craziness going on, I hope that your schedule doesn't change, you know, because I understand how that's going to go with everything, you know, shut down now. Who knows what September is going to look like for you, but for us, it's going to be the same. So hopefully you can still make it out there with us.
Oh, dude, I'll be there. I think everybody will understand.
Yeah.
If I tell them I'm going hunting with you guys anywhere, they would understand. If I tell them I'm going elk hunting Hill Ranch with you guys, then if they don't understand,
yeah,
they should.
You're working for your friend of yours anyway, right?
Yeah. So y'all, I know a lot of you are like me. I've hunted my whole life. It was something we always did as a family. My papa was still alive. My grandpa was still alive. My cousins and I, you know, it was just always something we would go and do. From where we were from, you know, we didn't really have access to places, you know, with a lot of food plots or things like that. It was just anywhere you could find a place to hunt and get up in the woods. And man, I remember back in the day, Lee, we talked about this. It was like, man, hunting around here, you know, we had a little hunting camp in Maysville, Georgia. And if you saw a doe, you better shoot her because you may not see anything else the rest of the year.
Exactly the same for me. I mean, like Tiffany and I grew up in the same city. I mean, look out my bedroom window right into my neighbor's bedroom. We live, and I could see the IDS tower of Minneapolis from my house. And we didn't live in the woods. We didn't know anybody that had farms or anything like that. But my grandparents and my parents came from northern Minnesota, so that's where we deer hunted. But there's no food plots. It's just solid timber up there, and so there's more wolves and snow than deer. So I mean, in the 12 years that I hunted up there, I mean, growing up, I bet you I probably didn't see 12 deer. You know, so that's all I ever wanted was, you know, just reading all the magazines and stuff and wanting something and, you know, finally be able to move to Iowa and do what we're doing. But same as you, I mean, that's all I look forward to as a kid. And, you know, it just kept me out of trouble and stuff. So that's why I'm just glad to have our kids in this kind of environment that, you know, just outdoors and, you know, hunting and fishing and stuff all the time. Hopefully I'm out of trouble like it kept me out of trouble. You know?
Let's hope so.
Yeah.
I need to get mine up there to spend some time with you guys and yours to make sure. But guys, you know, we all hunted, you know, and tried to make, you know, just see what we could do, kill what we could kill. And I got to tell you, as I grew up, I remember watching hunting shows and seeing these giant deer that were just bigger than life. And it was always a dream of mine just to see one, you know, not even if I didn't get a shot on him, you know, it was something else. But I got to say, I met you guys at a Toby Keith show was the first one.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we just hit it off. And, yeah, I started paying attention and really looking at your socials, watching your show. And man, it just, when it comes to raising, we're not raising whitetails, but management, I mean, planning, these guys, ladies and gentlemen, are just impeccable with their programs. And if you want to learn how to grow big deer, even if you have a smaller space, I mean, I will say about your show, it's not just entertaining. You know, last year, I don't know anybody that's killed 200 inches, you know, free range 200 inches in one season on film. You know, so of course it's entertaining. And you know, this young lady right here is absolutely incredible with a bow. But just smokes them, man. So it's extremely entertaining. But man, you know, it's one of the most informative shows that I found. You know, you've opened up and you guys have shared a lot of your secrets. You know, when it maybe not every secret, but you know, it's really full of knowledge on how to grow deer in your own environment, regardless of what, you know, region you're in or what state. You know, you guys really are really cool about opening up and helping other people manage their deer and trying to get them to a spot where they can have something worth hanging on the wall.
Right. I mean, because anybody can do it. It just takes, you know, time and money, which, you know, that's a lot of people don't have that. And that's we've been posting a lot more stuff on our social media like this last couple of months about what we're doing, because there's a lot of people have free time, which they didn't before, you know, so these are all things we do. And we're just fortunate that this is our job. So I go out every day. I mean, it rained a couple inches last night. So up until this, like 2 weeks prior, I mean, I've been out planting until 3 and 4 in the morning, just going around the clock, trying to get stuff done around here. And that's just something that people can't do. So, I mean, it's, you know, it's not realistic to probably think that you could have, you know, what we do here, because people just don't have the time and the money to, but there's so many things you can do to improve your place so much.
But we didn't always have that.
No, it didn't always start. I mean, it wasn't like that when we, obviously my whole life.
And in all straight up reality, one of his big implements went down the other day and he's like, I can't do it. And I'm like, you got your brilliant out there. He's like, well, I don't want to use that. I'm like, oh my gosh, you're a good diva. I'm like, go put it together and make it work. I don't want to hear another word about it.
Yeah, it's too late, you know, that I didn't want to do it. But like I said, I mean, I just love doing it. And, you know, it's not even about like shooting deer so much. I just love those animals and you just like to see them get as old as they can. And it's not just deer, turkeys, and all the wildlife on your place. You know, people, you know, think that, oh, you're hunters, or you just have to kill stuff. It's like, you know, I shoot 2 deer a year. Tiffany shoots 2 deer a year, something like that. But we've been out turkey hunting a bunch, and I still haven't shot a turkey, even though every day that we've been out there. Right. I just finally shot one this morning, and it was like 2 days left in the season. But, you know, like I said, we shoot a couple of deer, but we feed hundreds of them. I mean, and probably thousands of them. And, you know, 'cause I love those animals. That people maybe misconstrue that. You just want to go out and kill stuff. It's like, no, I love these animals. But, you know, we harvest a couple, but, you know, more deer will get hit by cars out on the road in front of our house than we'll ever shoot at our house. But, you know, we just love seeing them. Like, I'm right here. I'm looking out the window to see how many deer. That deer are walking by and stuff out in front. We just love watching them. And you like to see what kind of, how old you can get them, what kind of racks they put on. Every one of them is so different. And you know that, you and I have been for years, been texting pictures back and forth, the bucks, and they're all so unique, and, you know, they're all so different. So I just love those animals. And it's like, you know, we're just very fortunate to be able to, you know, do what we do and be able to spend the time and money to do all the food plots and do all that stuff for these deer. You know, because like I said, we love these animals, not like, you know, just to shoot them all. We shoot a few of them and make sure that they're old enough and mature enough and everything else. But I spend way more time thinking about how I keep them healthy, how I can keep EHD away from them. Right now, you know, a lot of our does are starting to be having fawns here probably the next week or two. So making sure that they have the right nutrients and stuff for fawning. And and all that stuff. So we're, you know, thinking about the health of the animals, not so much about you know, killing them. Of course, we love the hunting part too, and going out as a family and doing that. But yeah, it's not all about, you know, shooting them. It's a lot about just keeping them healthy and having a good herd of deer, turkeys, all wildlife out here. We just love, you know, we love seeing it, and you know, enhancing our property. So that might, you know, a lot of people who, you know, it could be anti-hunters that, you know, they don't really understand. Say, hey, we're on the same. We want the same thing as you. I want healthy animals and a lot of them and everything else. I just put my money where my mouth is and I go help them. I don't, you know, put up billboards or something for like PETA or something. It's like, hey, do something to actually help animals, not to, you know, spend your money on billboards or TV ads or whatever, you know. So we kind of have the same goal in mind. It's just that we hunt as well. So you have a lot more in common with those people than they probably know. If you could talk to them, you know, most people that we do talk to, they understand it and they're like, yeah, that's pretty cool. They don't really realize the hunters are that way, and most all of us are. So it's kind of a message to get out.
Yeah, I will tell you, man, you know, doing what I do for a living, you know, you run into all people from all walks of life, and, you know, good friends with Michael Lee from Blackwoods Life and Kevin and those guys, and y'all know them. And, you know, there's a lot of guys that you meet in the business. And I tell you, out of the majority of people I've run into, man, people in the hunting industry just appreciate things that really embrace what being country is all about. You know, being outside, raising your kids outside, you know, not so much glued to a cell phone or an iPad or whatever, man. If you guys check out their socials, you'll see that their kids just want to be outside. They want to be on the tractor with their dad. You know, they want to be hanging out, looking for sheds with their mom, and just doing, you know, things that I feel like are, you know, things that I just want my kids growing up doing and knowing how to appreciate. I feel like the world we live in is, you know, moving so fast towards everything being digitally right there just in front of you. And it's easy just to get sucked into that and forget, you know, all the stuff that man didn't make, that God made, that's around you, that he made for us to enjoy and to show our kids. And I think y'all do an absolutely amazing job of showing that aspect of your lives as well. So it's a hunting show, but it can teach you a lot of things. And man, I just think it's an awesome representation of who y'all are, you know, as people, as parents, as hunters, as, you know, farmers. It's just, man, I'm proud to know y'all, not just so I can hunt with you, you know. I really do love y'all to death. I look up to y'all and I think the world of you. And speaking of the show being entertaining, we got a new one coming, right?
Yeah, well, a new season of all our new episodes coming out. Of this past year, I shot my biggest buck ever, you know. So that one I'm excited about. My biggest mule deer ever.
I shot a giant moose.
Right, yeah. Tiffany shot her first Yukon moose. So all those new episodes are coming up in a month here. And they start like the first week of July, I think, is when those new episodes there. Last week of June, first week of July, somewhere in there. And so we're looking forward to that, getting all those shows together and edited and going over them, making sure that everything's right on them. So we're working on that kind of stuff, and excited for that new season to start.
But you know, back to the kids. Channel. If you've been following our stuff on social, we've been lugging them out because we don't. You know, my mom passed away. We don't have anybody to like watch our kids. I mean, poor Winston's in there right now. He's single, ladies. So I was like, he is single back there, and he's with dogs. Kids. With dogs. Kids, but we've been lugging them out turkey hunting with us in the morning, and they have been little troopers. I tell you.
I mean, getting them at 4 a.m. and Cameron.
Do you want to go hunting? They're like, well, I mean, Reggie actually, to be honest, is not.
She's not as much a morning as Cameron, but
you'll get her up and she'll go, wow. Yeah, you just get up and then you're like, do you want to go with? Yeah. And then
they're great.
They're great, but I mean, it is really cool because it's like it's amazing now that even from when we first started taking them out, you know, just a few weeks ago to like now, you're like, did you hear that turkey gobbler? You know, they're kind of starting to get it, you know.
Talking a lot softer and everything else.
But it was funny because I almost shot one the other day and I'm like, all right, kids, cover your ears. They're both like sitting there waiting. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, we could have shot that one.
Yeah, we could have shot that one. But it was so funny. They're like, they just like lock up. So it has been, I said, even though I haven't shot a turkey yet this year, it's been one of my favorite turkey seasons in all reality. Yeah, just because it's so neat to see it through their eyes, you know, where Lee one day, it just didn't work out. Actually, we got there and our blind was gone. And of course, we're in a blind because we got the kids, you know. And
yeah,
I'm
the wind blew it away.
The wind blew it away. And I remember
you're
like lugging kids out there, you know, so you're trying to carry all your blankets and all your junk and then kids on top of it and stuff. And I just remember walking up to it and I'm like, I'm not going to ask because I know, like, I don't know. Maybe I've like missed something, but I'm like, is there supposed to be a blind here? Yeah, like, did I miss that? And then the turkey came in, but I was sitting too low because we just sat in the wide open then. Had the kids like break the well, not wide open, but I mean,
no blind.
No blind. Kids just like on our.
They stayed so still and quiet and stuff. We had to come right into the decoys but of course where the blind was, we had to move back into the trees and it's kind of a hump in the fields. We're sitting below it, so all Tiffany could see was the fan of him. But I was sitting on a little stool filming, so I could see as plain as day. I'm like, shoot him! I was like, I can see.
I'm like, I can sort of see, but not really. But you know, after we walked away, and he kind of got a little like annoyed, and I'm like, Lee,
I never get annoyed.
I know, right? I'm like, you can't. I don't want you to get annoyed like that because it's like you don't want your kids to be like, oh, we're so disappointed. But in reality, it's like we just saw something that most people will never see in their entire lives, and how cool that is. And it's like we were just lucky and blessed that those turkeys even came in. I mean, let's be honest. We were in circus there, you know,
floor,
Winston there and everything. Yeah. So it's like, but I was like, don't get upset, you know. I mean. Like you said, I never get
upset. Well, Tiffany, I wish you would have been with me when I pulled back on that 370-inch bull and my arrow just came off of my knock and fell in the snow. And you could have talked me down because I was
ready to commit suicide.
Oh yeah, for sure. Because I knew the minute I got back, the cameraman, I knew I had to tell everybody and just beat him to the punch because I knew he was going to tell everybody. It was just going to happen.
Oh,
is that crazy?
Yeah, is that crazy? You know what? Actually, I remember when Lee told me that story because I don't know.
That was just it was such a good show. I just still one of my favorite episodes we ever had, just because you know you just go from the lowest to the highest you can change like that, you know. So
I just think of Cameron. Good job, Brantley.
Good job, Brantley.
Good job, Brantley. But I just remember Lee told me like that, and I was like. Oh, because I mean, it's happened to every one of us, you know what I mean? Where you get excited or, you know, whatever. It's like, and you're just like, oh, yeah. I mean, like, once you're a hunter, you're like, yeah.
Yeah, that happens to everyone.
Oh, I was so sick. Oh, it was bad. So, but that brings me, so if you want to see, if they do miss the show on the Outdoors channel, right, they can access it, you know, in there's a new streaming. There's a way to access
TV. I mean, we've done. You know, been doing this for almost going on 20 years. You have 1,000 episodes.
So all the stuff in the beginning is on there, and I tell you what, some of it is hideous.
And what is it? It's Outdoors.
My Outdoor TV. Yep.
My Outdoor TV. Okay.
I think it's like it was free. I'm not sure if it is now, but like I said, it goes back to like our first year of getting close. I'm like, I swear to God, when we first started filming, I didn't even know we were filming for a show. I'm like, oh, okay, I just kind of went along. I mean, I was just like, I went along with it, and then I'm like, oh, that's our show. I'm like, all right.
Yeah, you know, a lot of people now that watch the show don't realize, you know, that most people haven't seen those episodes, those very first ones and things. So you can go back on My Outdoor TV and watch. You know, like I said, we have like 1,000 episodes that we've done over the years, and you know, you can watch that and everybody else's too. So it's a pretty cool thing.
Well,
you know, especially if you're going like on a moose hunt, you can just go and just, you know, and screen through it. So I just want to look at all moose hunts
or sheep hunts
or whatever. So just pull up all the shows that for a moose hunt. So if you're going on a moose hunt or something like that, hey, you want to watch a bunch of shows and kind of get some tips and things and see where people are hunting moose at and things. You know, it's really cool. You know, I think people, you know, if everybody knew about it, it's Netflix for hunters, basically.
Oh, I like that. I may have to check that out later tonight.
Yeah.
Are y'all using there any new products? Working with any new companies like food, you know, seeds or?
Yeah, that's what we were talking about earlier when we were talking off camera earlier today or yesterday, whenever that was. We were talking that we hooked up with Analogics and to do a whole line of seed and attractants, and I've been using stuff from Analogics for years, and I really love those guys because their background is in animal science. I mean, they have labs and things, but it was for, you know, for cattle and hogs and things like that, any vaccines and stuff like that. So they they know all the science behind it and medications behind things. And even for the EHD and stuff, different states, DNRs went to them for vaccines and stuff. And of course, you can't do wild deer, but these were, pen deer that yeah, it's easy to do. We'll do that in no time. So they really know the science behind it. So they were making supplemental feed. And of course, you can't on wild deer that we have, you can't medicate them in any way. But there's things that they can do naturally to keep them healthy enough to get over EHD. So I've been using those products for several years now, and we've just had incredible results. When we had like this last year, we had bad droughts, and so we had EHD around a lot, and even like Jeff Probst, who people probably know from Drury's show, and he's been in the hunting industry. He works for Whitetail Properties and stuff. He has a piece of property right next to one of ours, and he called me like in September. We were out on the road elk hunting. He said, "Man, we found like 43 dead deer on our place. Have you found any?" And I said, "No, we haven't found any." And so I was real worried about it. We came back, and like the opening day, Tiffany on that farm shot a 175-inch deer or something like that, and it went down into the creek. And so you take that's usually where they die by water. So we took the 4-wheeler down there to get it out and stuff, and thinking that maybe we're gonna find some dead deer. Never did. And out through this whole year shed hunting and hunting never found a single one on that farm. And right next door, he found 43, and I hadn't talked to Jeff since then to see if they found any more than that. But that just tells me that what we're doing as the feeding program throughout the summer. We can't feed during hunting season, but we feed during the in the off season, like now, right after the season. It just tells me that that's working. And those guys are they know animals inside and out. I mean, that's their job, that's their life. So that's really what made me want to hook up with Analogic, is the science behind it. And like for me, I just don't want attractants to kill deer. I want them to be healthy. I want to make sure that they all live. You're watching the deer from 2 years old and give them to 5, and then you find them dead from EHD, and that about on your place, and they die from that stuff. It's just heartbreaking. So just keeping deer alive and stuff, and so that's what I really liked about Analogics, to hook up with them. So we're going to do a whole new supplemental line with the of course you want the tracting power, but the number one goal over all the products is the health of your deer. And so that's where we're just been working like crazy putting out food plots, because I'm doing so many test fields. We're doing all kinds of different combinations of different seeds and stuff. So I got 50 different test plots, and lots of our fields that do 3 different types of things in there, so I can watch and see what deer are using more than the other. So we make sure we get the right seed mixes and stuff out there. So it's been really fun, but it's been a lot of work, trying to get all this stuff. But it's not like work to me. It's fun, I'm up to 4 a.m. and come in and Tiffany and just wake Tiffany up. Let's go turkey hunting. You haven't even slept yet. It's like, I know. It's something I love doing. Getting all these food plots in. So I'm just excited to see the results of all of them and watching deer in them and see which ones they like the most. And same with the attractants and things like that. So we have a live camera here at one of our farms that you can log on to our website and just watch live deer out there. So
there's a pile.
There's really a pile out there right now, because I fogged it all. I went off the fogger on all my farms to get rid of the gnats just hatched. So I went out and fogged all the stuff to kind of knock the gnats down. So the deer they've been going crazy, laying out in the middle of the fields, and the bugs are driving them crazy. So
that's terrible.
Fogging everything today. But so it's gonna be kind of cool on our live camera too. So I'll put different attractants out there, and then even since I can't watch it all the time, there's so many people that watch our live cam and get results from them. Which one deer are liking more than the other, because they're all gonna have the health component to it. So now we're just working on what are they gonna like the most. So we're gonna put it out on our live camera, and you can see that on our website or on Carbon TV, and you can watch that anytime. Right now, anybody can log on to the crush.tv and go to our live cam, and you'll see what deer are out at one of our feeders right now. And it's pretty cool, especially when you get to July and August. You have 170 and 180 deer in there, and people have been watching them for years. They've known those deer from 2 years old. They got them all named and everything. So it'd be kind of cool testing products out there. It'd be a good way to see real life what our deer, what are they attracted to, what attractant do they like over the others and stuff. So it'd be pretty cool. I'm excited to be part of Analogics, doing the research on finding the products that deer like the best and the healthiest for them and things like that. So,
by the way, I'm laughing right now because it's like I listened to you.
We
got kids screaming back there, but I was listening to Lee talk about I don't know, how many food plots did you plant this year? How many?
103 different fields, food plots, and we planted 1,000 acres, of which 300 or 400 as food plot stuff. So.
And his fields are absolutely meticulous. But the other day, I actually ran to Doju errands because it had rained. And I walked in this house and I was like, oh my God, what in the world happened here in the 3 hours that I ran to Walmart, Target, into the grocery store? It was like a bomb went off in our house.
That toy bomb went off. You were supposed to be quarantined anyway. So
no, it was essential. It was essential. Grocery stores are essential, but I was like, how is it that you can manage that? And I walk in and I'm like, oh my God, do the kids eat? No, not really. But I'm
I don't know. You guys eat. You help yourself.
I'm like, they're alive and happy, so I guess that's what you count up. And I'm like,
right.
I mean, it really is amazing. I guess it does just say that there is a need for mothers in the world.
Look at all those deer out there.
Yeah. Oh, sure.
Deer outside.
You can't beat that, man. I tell you, we one of the things that I love too about hanging out and hunting with y'all is you always like to hear new music. And
oh yeah,
man, I got something I'm excited about that you're gonna get pretty soon. I got to hear what y'all think about it. Ladies and gentlemen, it looks like we got something coming first of the month.
Really?
Hopefully going to be, making some real noise around the middle of the month. But y'all keep your eyes wide open because it's been a minute since we've come with new music. And this song is something, for what's going on right now. In our country and all over the world, I think it's definitely relevant to that. But it's a song that people hadn't really seen that side of me. You guys know, a little more than skin deep, right? And a lot of the majority of what folks hear from us is usually just wide open, rock music, country rock music, and this one's country, still country as hell, but it is. It's a little more than skin deep. It says some things. It's been a while since I've heard a song on the radio that lyrically will stand on its own. And this is one of those. So I'm super stoked for y'all to hear it, man. Super stoked for everybody to hear it.
I expect it tonight.
I have to take it down to a potty. I'm like, they're pacing and you got to go.
No, I get it. I
expect that tonight. We've been, it's been great. Like in the tractors with Cameron, we've just been wearing out Fire and Brimstone. He just loves that. Every time we hear different songs in there, put Brantley on. Let's put Brantley on again. So I would have my phone programmed and stuff, and so we'd listen to. We spent so many hours in the tractor in the past 3 weeks that we've listened to these songs 1,000 times. But it was great. Like when we were in Colorado, just playing music that you would, stuff that you were working on, writing, thinking what you want to put on albums and stuff. So I do, definitely know, the other side is, some songs that you played that hadn't been out there yet and stuff. And, me, I love all that. I love all your music, and I'm anxious to hear, something that you're talking about.
Yeah, we'll have to say something.
It's been, since we didn't hunt last year because you're having a baby, it's been a while. So it doesn't seem like it. I talk to you often enough and text all the time, and it's like, man, I haven't seen Brantley. It's going to be 2 years almost here that we have since we've hunted together, done something. So
yeah, man, I had a serious dad bod last time you see me. I've been working out with this guy, man, Jimmy Rivera, MMA fighter, good friend of mine, man. You would love the guy. He's incredible. He's just an awesome dude. He introduced me to this guy named Frank Benedetto, and he's been working with me, man, and almost got rid of this old dad bods. You know what I mean? I'm back in shape. I'll be able to walk all over the mountains in Colorado with y'all, man. I'm ready.
You got to send them over here. It's like, for us, I've been sitting on a tractor forever, and I usually cut my own hair. So like Tiffany's like, what are you doing? Are you growing your hair out? Because she's like, it's not like the barbershop's closed. You do it all the time. I said, no, I'm just getting too fat. My hair's bigger. My face won't look so fat. So I'm just like, all right, I've got to start running here. Because normally I have sheep hunts and stuff. So I start running in the summer and start running 5 miles and stuff and get in good shape for hunting season. But I don't have a sheep hunt this year. And you just don't even know about Canada if it's even going to be open. For going to the Yukon and things. I was supposed to be going fishing to Canada on June 5th here, and I'm pretty sure the border's not even going to be open. So shot my biggest mule deer ever last year in Alberta, and you don't even know if it's going to be open this year. So you're kind of up in the air on on that kind of stuff. So, but I'm pretty sure I'm not going sheep hunting. So I'm like slacking a little bit. I got to get hitting the pavement myself here.
I tell you what, man, with Polaris is around, I know y'all do a lot of work with Polaris as well, and use their products. Man, I tell you, I have to be careful because it's so easy to jump on one and just take off. And man, it's like I'll get fat during hunting season if I'm not careful. But when I go with you, it's like, you ride forever, and you guys you always know what's going on next with Polaris, like what they're doing. Do they have air conditioners yet?
Well, of course.
Are you kidding?
Of course they do.
I was like, you don't have one with air conditioner?
Not just a cool vent. It's actually an air conditioner now.
Yeah. Well, you should. Once you out ice fishing, that was so funny because we were just talking about I was going ice fishing. And Brantley's like, I've never been ice fishing. I don't know if I want to. And then like a week later, guess what? I'm going ice fishing up in Minnesota with that Polaris guys. And I was like, I never did hear how it went. It's pretty cool though when they
actually catch fish.
Yeah.
It is funny though. Most of our rangers have like heat and air and stuff, and then every once in a while,
you get spoiled.
I'm like, what? I have to no. I'm like, I need.
Yeah, the heater when I went ice fishing, I didn't get a chance to check the AC out because it was.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Kind of other way. I know the heater worked, but I didn't get to check the AC out. But man, I swear every year it's like they just get cooler and cooler. It's almost like a vehicle. It is a car. It's a vehicle. It's like
we sold our Jeep because
I used to use a Jeep for going out and check-in cameras and stuff. And it's funny you said it because just this morning, Winston was in the back of our Ranger when we were turkey hunting. He's like, man, this thing is just like a car. And Kyle was, a buddy of mine, Kyle, came up to go just hang out with us. He has a farm in Missouri, so he just was close. I'm gonna come up and hang out turkey hunt with you guys for a couple of days. And he hadn't been in a Ranger.
Safely distanced.
Yeah, he hadn't been in a new one for a while either. He's like, man, you got to turn the heat down because this morning, in the morning, it's been pretty cool still. And then you're coming back, you crank the air on it because it started getting, first day it's been warm. I mean, it was like 30 and snowed a week ago. So it finally started getting warm and crank the air. He's like, this thing's got air too. I say, yeah, you get spoiled from it because like Tiffany was saying, go get in a Ranger that doesn't have doors or windows on. You're like, what? You're like, got to be a Ranger diva here. Yeah, it's like so used to having, you go to out west and no dust in there, and you got air going, and you got electric windows now on them and stuff that you can be, glassing and stuff out of that.
Roll a window. No, don't even throw that. I was gonna say, don't even be like, no, we do not put that.
I didn't say we. I said I.
In reality, you usually don't start running until after turkey season because it is impossible to run and do all that stuff.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. I just tell him about my hair.
I did. I was like, what are you doing here?
I said, no, I'm not growing it out. It's just the bigger my hair is, the skinnier my face looks. I don't think
I have more gray than you. You're older than me, but I have more gray than you.
And I have decided I like to bake and stuff all of a sudden randomly. I'm like, I've gotten good at cupcakes and like
taking over her mom's job.
Pastries.
All right, you got to slow down on that. No. But I'm coming up because it's gonna be here before you know it. I was just talking to some people, a buddy of mine today, and it's like, it's already, gonna be Memorial Weekend. It's gonna be, June here in a minute, and really you got July, and we started hunting in August. Maybe we leave August 15th. So it's really not that far away. You get doing stuff, you get busy fishing and planting and working on all your deer stuff all summer. And all of a sudden, before you know it, it's August. And it's like, man, it's time to go. It's on. It's time to get out mule deer hunting. We go right from there to usually antelope, and then we start our elk hunts and things. So we got to get out to your place and get a new bow set up and get our new Matthews set up and shoot and stuff. So I was going to talk to you about that too. Let's get together here this summer sometime and get a new bow set up and everything, get ready for elk season.
Well, when I get this man cave done, y'all, for those of you who don't know and haven't seen it yet, we're documenting the whole thing, because I've got a lot of guys, we're not playing shows. So a lot of my guys have been coming over and helping me, and we're doing our best to maintain social distancing and all that. But we've had our blue collar on slinging hammers and wood, and I showed you a little video today. You said you had to come check it out. So maybe y'all can come down to Georgia. Let me cook for y'all. Show you the dog house is what the man cave is going to be called. And shoot some arrows, man.
Right, because I was thinking about that because we're just going to start ours too. And I saw it in the shape of yours. It's just kind of, we have the kind of just the rough plans, and it's like the shape of that is exactly what we're going to do. And I was like, I'll have to talk to you and see exactly how you're going to do yours, because we're going to build a house too. But, you know, with all the mounts and stuff that we have, you can't, you know, you have to build a house 20,000 square feet to put all that stuff in, you know, life-size brown bears and muskox and everything else. So we're going to have to build like a man cave that you can hang mounts and put all that stuff and just have like a game room and stuff, and then our house separate. So we'll probably start on that game room first, because, you know, if we start to move out of our house and build a new one, it's like, what do you do with?
Because we're unexpectedly moving. It's like,
yeah, I think I did that just today. It's like, well, we didn't know. We just started thinking about, you know, we got all these different houses, like where mom lived, and ours, and cabins and stuff. And like, if we're gonna build a new house,
I'm gonna shoot myself here. I was like, I cannot go back and forth toting 2 kids, 3 dogs, and then you have people over somewhere, and then you have food over at the one place, and then not at the other place, and then like this is a disaster, you know. So I'm like, we gotta sell something. We gotta do something.
Yeah.
And then I randomly got like a message.
Yeah, it's funny. We just decided, it's like we got to sell one place or the other, do something if we're gonna build a new house. So, you know, it's like it's got to be ours, because we have all our farms are close together except for ours, where our house is. It's like 25 miles away. So it's like, it doesn't make sense to sell one of ours in the group here, and you know, it makes sense to sell our house, even though it's hard to do it. You know, you're so sentimental of that house.
But then I thought, you know what? I never liked that bathroom. I hated my closet. I've only ever wanted my own closet. Can you believe in 20 years I've never even had my own closet? I like legitimately, Lee has more clothes than I do.
Why are you such a closet? I mean, we
I
can't
know
share.
I do not want to share a closet. I want one like feminine thing in our house. I mean, seriously, I'm like, I want the girliest closet I can even fathom.
Okay, fair enough.
I want like
don't let her talk to Amber. She sees Amber's, you're in trouble, and you're gonna have to have a big man cave like mine to put stuff places.
My whole world is a man cave, Brantley. I want one. Actually, I said today, this is true, but I said, you know what, Lee? All I'm asking for our house is that I do not have to hear or see any of these guys go poop in the toilet every day when we're hunt. That's legit. I don't want to hear the double flush. I don't want to hear the spray. I don't want to like go out of the bathroom and go. It's true. That's been right for the last 20 years. It's like, seriously.
Yeah, and Luke Bryan can.
Oh my gosh! Yeah.
At our house, we walked in. He got the door open, sitting on the toilet. And they're like, "Hey, you can probably shut the door."
I'm like, "You probably can shut the door." So all I want is a closet. That's like frilly and fun and
fair enough.
Whatnot.
Fair enough.
I don't think that's too much to ask. Y'all can work that out, I would say.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm not going to get between them.
No, we just decided, look, it should be our house, even though it's sentimental. But it was like, you know what? We made the right move, because like that night, somebody Instagrammed Tiffany to ask me, Facebook.
Yeah, I'm never on Facebook.
If you ask Lee if he knows of any farms or anything for sale, we're looking to move from New York out to Iowa or something like that, and you know, have a hard time finding something that I like. And I said, so I got back to him and said, hey, you know,
girls and
randomly we just decided probably to sell our house in places. They came down, they're awesome people and love their little girls and stuff, and they love the place.
Had his first crush.
Oh.
So so it's like, hey, just God telling you something fell right into your hands without trying. So it's like, I think we're making the right move on it and build a house that fits us and our kids and stuff. Because our house was basically our hunting cabin. You know, we lived in Minnesota.
Never planned on living.
Yeah, so it needs a lot of things. You know, we would have done a lot of things differently. So probably going to do that. You know, we've been talking about it for 10 years, and now you're finally like, yeah, let's do it. Because
you're not getting younger. You never know. You know, life's short.
Yeah.
Well, dude, speaking of, I'm going to go check on my youngins and get tuned in for tomorrow. But man, I really appreciate y'all getting on here with me. Like I said, for those of you that don't know Lee and Tiff, check them out on their socials. The show's called The Crush. It's on the Outdoor Channel. And again, what was it called? Outdoor TV.
Outdoor TV.
My Outdoor TV.
Yeah. And then you also can look at our live cam, and I'm telling you, it is really, really fun. I mean, there's like a whole forum and stuff. All these guys know all these deer and stuff on there, but it's really neat to see. And then
I have to check that out myself. I hadn't looked at it in a minute.
Yeah, it's like, especially now they have like the contest going for who sees the first fawn, and I mean, just kind of neat stuff. And they have like a buck last year dropped his antlers on camera and stuff.
Yeah, that's cool. Wild deer too. It's not like we don't have any high fence or anything like that. They're all wild deer, so you never know what can come in and stuff, So
kind of neat to see.
Yeah.
I know you guys don't have high fences. They do not hunt high fences. I actually own one. I built one for disabled vets and kids to come hunt in Alabama, and neither one of them will hunt there just because it's against their religion, which I completely understand. But yeah, man, I appreciate everything both of you have done for me, man. I think the world of y'all. I think those of you that don't know Lee and Tiff, if you check them out, watch their stuff, follow them on socials. Man, they're just good folks. You're wonderful people inside and out. You're unbelievable at what you do. One of Steve, my right-hand man, Tussman's favorite thing to say is how you do anything is how you do everything. And, you guys are on top of everything you do. I just appreciate knowing you. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me tonight. And we need to call soon and just catch up and see if we can't get together somewhere. But, man, I appreciate it more than y'all know. Y'all getting on. Everybody out there, we are still trying to get more information on when we can come back out and tour, because I know y'all want to come to a show too.
Right.
You have no idea.
And Lord God knows I want to play one. So we are still trying to figure it out. But I promise y'all, and I promise everybody else, man, I love y'all to death. We miss y'all. We're doing everything we can to get back out there on the road. Want to make sure everything's safe and all, but we are excited to get back out. My band, my crew, you guys are watching. I love y'all, miss y'all. And Lee and Tiffany Lakosky, ladies and gentlemen, y'all check them out. Much love, brother, and my sister.
Thanks, Freddie.
Yeah.
Y'all have a good night, man. We'll see y'all soon.
See ya.
Take care. Thank you.
All right.